Citizens, how's your spirit? Mine, Gucci. I already started medicating this morning, so you know that always helps. Uh, it's coming up on 5:20 and 5:20, so y'all know I'm about to light this blunt. It is a beautiful Monday morning. Happy Labor Day, technically, to you. I hope that you had and are continuing to enjoy your long weekend. Those of you who got one, do me a favor as you come in, do that YouTube thing for me. Hit the like, hit the share, and if you haven't subscribed already, why are you here? If you're new, go ahead and subscribe. You know everything that I'm talking about. Hit that bell, do that notification thing. Make sure you get everything that I post because it's more than what YouTube thinks you might like. I am overjoyed, overwhelmed, overstimulated, overexcited. I am ready for the next steps in my journey. But I look at the world around me and I'm like, Jesus, Pete, who's going to make it with me? I want to do all this work, write this book, put together this organization. Who's going to make it to the other side with me? I look at all these people who have money already, and that's disturbing because, well, they just seem like a bunch of sheep. They get trotted out and put on display and then put back in the closet the next day. You know what I'm saying? The ones who move the world, who move the industry, you don't really see them. Except you kind of see all of our people. It's disappointing because our people who are out front and on display seem to want to shine a light on the worst things, the disappointing things, the things that happen to everybody, but make it seem like it happens to us more than anybody. I was scrolling through my YouTube timeline because I'm not a big social media whatever, and I'm not a pop culture buff, right? But so I am scrolling through my timeline and I see that Chrisean has had her baby with the young man Blueface. But apparently he wasn't in the delivery. Well, that's strike number one for the whole family. No opportunity to bond in that moment. To have that thing that they can cherish and remember and pass down to that child, right? There's that. Then, excuse me, there's the publicization of everything about the pregnancy and all the things that came before and after, what'll come down the line. Like their existence will be seen by everybody. You know what I mean? It's like child actors, you know? You start out in entertainment at 10, and you look back at your life at 60. Shout out to Lawrence Fishburne. And you're like, well, damn, that's where I've been. Your life is history on the big screen. And a lot of people think they know you because of it, too. But no one actually knows what you've been through. I'm not talking about Mr. Fishburne specifically. It's just, I thought he was so cute when he was in Cornbread early. Anyway. Adorable thing. And I apologize if you're not in your 60s. I just picked a number. Don't be mad. And things like that. Chrisean and Blueface. Sukiana. What's that other child's name? The one peeing on the stage and all that jazz. What's up, my Carrera? How's your spirit this morning? Happy Labor Day to you. I hope that you're getting the opportunity to not labor and celebrate you, because supposedly that's the point of it. We don't have very many healthy representations of love, period. You know what I mean? Just for some clarity, like the president of the United States, that relationship is outdated. So no one is like, I mean, no one wants to think about what they do on the couch. So there's that part. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Many of the people in my parents' generation are gone. They've passed of cancer or something, and the others moved on to a new relationship if they were able to. Well, it's just not the same. And we don't see very much of them either. You know, that loving, holding hands, walking down the street, kissing thing. We see a lot of other stuff these days. And that's what our children are witnessing. For lack of a better word, our race to be replaced. Black people didn't create the situation that they are in entirely. Yet they haven't really fought back either. We lean into our childhood adversity and we want to put it on our children and tell them they should be okay with it too. And that's not the truth. At some point, we have to change cycles of abuse and recognize them for what they are. Oddly enough, I just got a download about someone being hit by a car. I don't know if I'm supposed to use it as an analogy because I can't think of one right now. But I suppose, I mean, think of it like that. You don't choose to get up. Y'all know, come on. Okay. So no one is like, you know what, I'm going to go out today and get into a car accident. Like the decent people, the good people. I'm not talking about the scam artists or any of those things, right? So you moseying along, minding your business, walking down the street, and you get hit by a truck. You didn't ask to get hit by the truck. You got hit by the truck. What are you going to do about it? Yes, you can sue. Kudos to you. Then what are you going to do? Now that you sued and you got all that money, what are you going to do? How's your body? Who's going to fix that for you? Nobody but you. So at the end of the day, we do have to get up and get out of our own way. That takes discipline and structure. And I am willing to say a lot of people don't have it of any race because it's not something that has been given to them, taught to them consistently. They've been taught to follow a schedule, not to discipline themselves. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know. Mike, I really, being on the other side of death, there's that duality of it. I don't particularly care for the word hate, but in this case, it's a love-hate kind of thing with the fragility of life, because the beauty of it is the fragility, if you ask me, is the uncertainty. Not like uncertainty of being homeless or uncertainty of where your meals are going to come from, but the uncertainty of what the day will bring when you get out and decide to achieve something. You know, how close am I going to get to my goal today? How close am I going to get to my goal today? You know, that just keeping that mindset of going forward, pushing forward, moving onward, moving upward. Shout out to Jill Scott. That's from that song, I keep smiling, and I cry when I need to. That's the beauty of human fragility. Like, you recognize that at some point it ain't just you, you know. You are surviving something, and when I say surviving in this sense, I mean like you're thriving. When there are walking zombies out here, you are upright. You know what I'm saying? You're talking. You're using your own skills and mindset to pay the bills. That alone, you know, that's the best thing. And so there's beauty in that. I don't know. There's a lesson in understanding that you went the right way. You made a turn somewhere that was the right turn to take. You can put your finger on it. That's the pulse of who you are as a person, probably. Stay on that path and go that way. Mike says, I just hate that someone else can affect someone else's life because of their own ignorance. That begs the question, though, Mike, is it really ignorance today? How long can someone claim ignorance to these things, to systemic abuses, to racism, to terrorism, I mean, come on. We're talking, let's just talk about the last 20 years. That means everyone who is able to vote in this country definitely understands these things to the fullest extent. So we've got to stop saying that it's ignorance. It's a choice. I have met full-blown Klansmen who are like, yo, what's up? How you doing? You want to smoke? Because to them, it's not that I don't like you. I don't like the ones who look like you, who act out da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, that's prejudice. it's nuanced. It's just as wrong. If you can see me for who I am and appreciate me, you should be able to figure out a way to see them and appreciate them too. That's the work that we have to do, though. Maybe before I was born, we didn't have any good understanding of these things and how they would play out or what they would turn out to be. I don't believe that's true. We history is history. However, by the way, that whole history repeating itself thing, that's like civilizations just coming around again. What's old is new again. Da 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 da. We need to be aware of history. We do not need to live in it. We need to learn from it and then move on from it. Our ancestors did not die so that we could go and kick it with them way back in history. You know what I'm saying? They did it so that we could achieve the dream and get back to who we were meant to be. And that's what we're in the midst of doing, I suppose. Just stop worrying about history so much. We know it already. Start educating them. Not book smarts. Understanding. Give them knowledge they can use. Give them tools. Give them information. So we know that rap is 50, hip hop is 50 years old this year, right? That's freaking amazing. Okay. There was a time when, hip hop wasn't going to be around, it ain't going to stay, blah, 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 blah. Even now, they continue to demonize hip hop. But then again, they demonize rock and roll from time to time. Or heavy metal or whatever they call it. Give me a second. Mike, you and them doggone tacos. Okay? Ow! Ooh, this thing really hurts my ear. I will be so happy when I can get some new gear so that I can do the things that I enjoy doing. What up, Sister Inage? How's your spirit? So, hip-hop is 50 years old this year. And they've been trying to do away with it ever since. Why? Because it's a form of communication. A form of communication created by Black people for Black people. And well, look at how far it has grown and expanded. Hip-hop is kind of like the Cosby Show of music in a way. Like when Cosby was on, he was America's dad. Back then, Cliff Huxtable was America's dad. It wasn't just, Black people's dad. No, it was the Jello Pudding Pop Man, everything about it. And then, he started downplaying his own people, how terrible we are because of this, that, and the third. And he lost a son, and then some things happened, and it just kind of went sideways for Black folks and Bill Cosby's, what I'm trying to say. And then they tore him down, and then they sent him to court, sent him to prison. That's what they do to our men, though. Listen, I'm not You see, he never mind. Never mind. Let me get back to what I was saying. So they're still villainizing hip hop today, and I'm not saying that hip hop doesn't have its faults. I'm saying that a lot of music does, even Christian music. Because if you haven't seen the way that Kirk Franklin is thrusting and shucking around here, I don't know what to tell you. You need to go and look at some of his more recent videos, dancing and Michael Jackson in it and doing some things that may just be a little bit inappropriate. You wouldn't see him in church. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no longer just a crack in the foundation of American society. It is American society. And I think that's the thing we aren't paying attention to. American society is busted. We're trying to hold it together with duct tape and 550 cord, and it's not working. So we're trying to build the bridges and scaffolding and whatever we can to hold this thing together. Yet the one thing we're not doing is bringing people together. What up, Hurricane? How's your spirit? Good to see you. I don't have a whole lot of data, so we'll see how long I'll be here. But I appreciate everybody coming through, do that YouTubian thing for me. I appreciate you. Like, we have to decide as a people down here at the bottom to start making changes. To build communities of unity. There's no other way to put it. Like, right now, people live in communities. There are little housing thingies all around here. You know what I'm saying? There's a barrio there. There's a plantation there. There's a such and such over there. I mean, state to state, not all in one city. At least that I have. I don't think I've seen any plantation named places out here, but I could be mistaken. Anyway, so people live all around each other. They go to work and school and grocery shopping, but they don't know each other. They're not unified. If something were to happen to their neighbor tomorrow, they wouldn't know until Friday when the cops came by, or the smell got out of hand, or, you know what I'm saying? You live right next to one another. Your children go to school together. I mean, I could probably put my finger on it, on when that changed if I tried. Yet, I couldn't, right now I can't say for certain when that began. When I was a child, so we're talking about the 80s. People still sat on their porch and talked to one another. People were still having, what do you call those things? Block parties. They had community centers, going on trips and things. That's missing today. So my dream is to build a community where all those things exist again. Realistically, here is what I would like to see. Sort of. A community building in the center of a property. Remember I told you that I want 1 mile of land in every state, because that's what tomorrow wanted. So a community building in the center of the property where we eat, socialize. Not all the time. Hold on, you'll understand in a second. Where we eat, socialize, commune as a people, right? And then outlying from there, housing, right? So for each child and their family, there is a tiny home. And I don't know how much land, we'll figure it out. Just for now, we'll say an acre of land. And on that acre of land, you can grow your own food. You can raise whatever your career or talent is. You hone that while you're raising and educating your children at home. Because going out there and letting other people educate your children isn't working for you. So you homeschool your children. You work your talent, your field of study, whatever it is, and you give an apprenticeship to a child. That's it, right? Okay. That's how we make it so that it's sustainable from that side. That's an opportunity for unity because now we're all right here, right? So you've got the center, you've got the house. Outside of the housing is where you then have the businesses, and then so right. So that way, your children can learn something sustainable, or they can learn it directly from you. They continue to build what it is that you're building, and it compounds and it grows. We do that with 100 kids in every state. Where are we at? You know what I'm saying? 5,000 children. Anyway. If we can do that thing, we can build communities of united people. And then those united communities come together with other united communities. And we determine what we have in common that are needs. And we strategize how to organize and build commerce amongst ourselves. And grow that way instead of corporate taking over it. Or just going with the flow again. The idea of this redistribution of wealth won't happen if we don't help ourselves. Thank you, Sister Enache. I appreciate that vote of confidence. JP, President, let's do this. Everybody has the opportunity to take back their community. It doesn't matter who's in it. I'll be honest about that. The only reason that I'm suggesting that you go back and go to the ones who look like you and have a similar experience to you is because of that. In there lies a familiarity and understanding a language, or way of communicating with one another that you understand. You take that language, you create a code of ethics, a way of moving, right? And then after that, you codify it. You universalize the language so that no matter where you go, no matter whom you speak to, everyone can understand it. So that means making it basic, or graphics, or, well, pictograms, whatever you want to call it, however you have to go about it. Put the information out for everyone. Give them the opportunity to choose. All of a sudden that song, do what you do, but watch my shoes, is in my head. He said Stone Cold. JP and Stone Cold Steve Austin 2024. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check out Steve Austin. I haven't in a while. I don't know. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for liking my smile. I appreciate you. Let me just say, I am truly independent. I am not a part, even though right now I think I still am registered as a Democrat. I'm not. I I don't belong to anything or anybody in that way. I have been asked before to allow someone to sponsor me to be an Eastern Star. I have had the opportunity to decide that I don't want to be a part of a sorority. I don't know. I don't. I. To me, it's all divisive. All of it. If you ask me, Democrats and Republicans are on the same team. Politicians against everybody. Why? Power or proximity to it. They have it. Everybody else don't. And they want to hang on to it. So politicians against everybody. They just make it look like they're fighting against one another. The president is the figurehead who's not really in charge. And then there's the military-industrial complex who's running all this shit. Ta-da! And if you think they don't believe in God and country, you would be mistaken. Because they've been to war. And they have had to depend on God. Especially when the country wasn't coming through. So, back to what I was saying about these tiny hunks. My goal, long term, would be to put people on a larger piece of property and allow them to have their own things. So, and by their own things, I mean a church, I mean a cemetery, a clinic, a market, all that stuff right there in your then you can build your family, and from your family, your own community, and continue the process down and down and down and down. You know what I'm saying? Why, Mike, why do you say that's why they hate Donald? I finally got bit by something. Oh, boo. Y'all, I went out this morning and got my coffee without putting oil on me. That's crazy. That's really crazy. But you see, if we go back to homeschooling, and it doesn't matter which parent in this case, because you have a skill, or something that you can bring to the table and offer to someone else's child. They'll learn from you. Your child will learn from whomever it is at home, and so on and so forth. And we can do this thing and decide what inside of your community is most important to you and your children. If you put religion first, then you put religion first. If you don't, then you don't. That's the beauty of choice. That's the beauty of America, in my opinion. Mike, if you're saying that because Trump wasn't a politician, that's why people hated him, like, here, I got one question. If you run for president, does that not make you a politician at that point? Because he had done it before, right? Am I not mistaken? I mean, am I mistaken? Yeah. Because Obama made fun of it, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, what it would, in my humble opinion, maybe I'm wrong. What makes you a politician if not running for, well, shit. Screw it. I'm a politician then. I take back everything I ever said. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know. Once you dip your toe in the presidential candidate space, are you not then a politician? That's the question. When do you cross the line from being politic to being a politician, or just being political? Hmm. I'm a black woman. Everything about me is political. I walk out in the world and people see me a certain way, expect a certain thing from me. So that's politics. So I don't get to escape it. Maybe that's it. Right. And see, like this will be like his fourth time running. So I really feel like he's a politician. He's a politician. By the time he landed the gig, he's definitely a politician. You know, so on the other side of it, he definitely played dirty politics. It's just something that I'm not interested in. You want to know something about me? I tell you. I mean, I've already told many people many a thing. Good morning, Virginia Redbone. How's your spirit? I can't roll you one right now because, well, you know. But I will continue to smoke this one for you. I'll take a hit or two for you. I hope that you're having a wonderful Labor Day. I hope. You see, I'm getting started early. So we were just trying to figure out, when do you become a politician? Like, is it when you run for political office? Is it when you're elected? When does the actual moniker kick in? I don't know. I don't actually think it matters to me that much. Thank you for the compliment, Virginia. Happy Labor Day. On another note, you know, yeah, whatever it is that you want to say about me, think about me, post about me, go ahead and do what it is that you're going to do. But watch my shoes. I am who I am, who I've always been. And at this point in my life, I'm over it. It's my past. If you want to discuss what I did in my marriage, my previous relationships, okay, how is it relevant? All it really says about me is that I've done a bunch of things and I rose above it. I'm not an overcomer. I'm an overachiever. And I'm okay with that. Are you worried about me? I came out here to achieve a dream and I'm going to achieve it. It's not that I need anybody else to believe in me. At some point, you're going to want to choose to believe in the dream. And stop working against me. I'm working for the benefit of everybody. I don't understand why that's a bad thing. Remember, I was talking to you all the other day about how it takes you 2 hours of work to be able to put gas in your tank. Honestly, it's more like 3 for a lot of people. There's an article about it. Most essential workers can't afford to live in the city that they work in. This is becoming a common theme, along with the zombie children on the streets. We have to stop saying that it's only affecting certain people. It's affecting everybody. The system is broken. Well, no, the system's working the way it's supposed to. It's breaking everybody. And it's time for a change. It's time for concrete solutions. It's time for change narratives and new conclusions. We cannot keep doing this thing. My heart was so broken the other day. We were on our way, I think, to the dispensary or to get groceries or something. I don't know, something to eat. Anyway, there was this woman, black lady, obese, had to be in her 60s, sitting on the bus stop, completely naked. And it dawned on me immediately. I had seen her before at the Gospel Rescue Mission. She has some mental health issues. They couldn't have done anything for her there. I don't know why they're taking. They say that the police dropped her off there and took her in an emergency intake, and then the next thing I know, I see her and she's at the bus stop naked. Yeah, I'm gonna cry if I need to. That shit broke my heart, dude. And then across the street on the other side, there's this little girl. Doubled over from whatever that drug is that they're taking. And everybody around her trying to pretend like it's normal. So strange. On the way back, the fire department had come and they were giving the lady something to put on, and hopefully, prayerfully, they were taking her somewhere to get medical care. Yeah, the hospitals aren't going to keep her for long. Which is why it's time that we do something different. Reagan got rid of the homes and institutions. And I believe that home should be the institution. Take care of your family members. Good, bad, or indifferent. I don't think anybody else should fit the bill for anyone else's family, not when we give you a firm foundation to build on. That's why I say it's time to start over. All things being equal, you being given the floor, right? And the opportunity to achieve. Should your family member go astray, have a mental illness, you're required to care for them on your property and maintain them and the safety of the community around them. I guess that's why they had dungeons back in the day. My bad. That might have been a little inappropriate, but yeah. What I mean to say is, if we're going to talk about accountability and responsibility and making a way out of no way, then we have to be fully accountable and responsible. You want to have a sheriff and a community enforcement agency on your property? Okay. It's up to you to maintain that. And that's what I'm talking about. The opportunity for the people to be independent and choose freely. Like I don't know, like people aren't free. And rather than attempting to get free or free other people, most of the elite are concerned with themselves, the money grab, power hungry, staying in control, staying relevant. And they'll do that by any means, including trickery. Oh. I think I'm going to get ready to end this live stream and then see what the day brings. I don't know. You know, there's a fly assaulting my forehead. Stop it. It's because I keep leaving the door open. Despite all the things that I've seen and witnessed. Tomorrow, Mike. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Tacos on Tuesday. Don't you know? It's Taco Tuesday. Tainted Taco Tuesday. I can't remember what Wednesday was. Something to do with wings, obviously, but I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate everybody who came through and watched the stream. Sister Enage, Mike, I appreciate you. Virginia Redbone, thank you for coming through. He says sweet. It's been an amazing journey, you guys. I still got a long way to go and a lot of things to do. Yet I'm not confused. I know exactly what it is that I'm trying to achieve, and I believe that God is going to allow me to achieve my dream. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. You can always help by going over to buy me a coffee, hitting me up on CashApp or PayPal, whatever those things are. Because we got to do something different. And hey, I've already got the blueprint. Let's change the game. Get out of the system. Oh yeah, it's Monday, so and it's Labor Day. I can't give you homework on the holiday. You know what I'm saying? Go out and enjoy your day today. Do something fun. Take a picture of it. Did you see the sky last night? Did you see the moon? It looked like it looked like the sky was having a butt nugget. You know what I'm saying? Like the moon was hanging so low, and the way and the curvature, it looked like the sky, the universe was about to pop out or poop. It looked like a crowning baby. How about that? Let me clean it up a little bit. I was gonna say it looked like poop. It looked like a crowning baby. Like it looked like that looked with the head just like on the way out. It looked like the sky was giving birth to something last night. Checking out the moon. Anyway, you guys, yes, Mike. Happy Hump Day. You guys have a blessed. What? Wait a minute. It's not Hump Day. It's Monday. Stop that. Oh, we're gonna fight, Mike. Don't do that. It's early in the morning, and I'm still working on whether I'm gonna be up or go to sleep. Y'all, I got these gummies. I ate one yesterday, half of one, and it wasn't really that. Don't know, Mike. I don't know. They ain't really do it for me like I wanted to. Maybe I should have eaten two. Maybe I should have eaten the whole thing, and maybe that would have done it for me. I know, right? wanted to see if I was paying attention, only part way, right? Which is why I'm trying to end this live stream so that I can focus on finishing this and probably going to sleep. Maybe going to get something to eat. We'll see. It's a little bit early still. But anyway, support independent content creators and communities and nonprofits, and do something fun today. Have a water balloon fight or something. Anyway, I want to get out of here. Keep your spirit up. I'll see you in the streams. Love yourself more than God and I do. That's a lot of love.